Beyond Roses is the movie I'm reviewing today, and this movie is executive produced by Eddie Watson. Is on Eddie Watson's YouTube channel. Director of this movie is Akin Balogun. Producer of this movie is Claire Eziakacha. And the story and screenplay of this movie is by Lovelet Fatima. Quick recap of this movie is Barry, who married Olivia, who is an opportunist who he didn't know earlier on. Then also we have Chantel and Damien, who wants to get married but their genotype is not a match. Now they try to fight through it, but their parents did not accept the reunion. They succeed in fighting their parents because they love each other. And also Baron and Olivia had issues because he later found out that Olivia was an opportunist. Did he continue the marriage or did he divorce Olivia? This is what this movie is about. Obviously, I can give you little details. The movie is on Eddie Watson's YouTube channel. What I like about this movie, I'll start with the story, the lesson, and the message of this movie. This movie is a good watch. I'm just surprised and angry for the fact that this movie is not doing numbers on YouTube. I don't know it's because of the cast they use, or Eddie Watson did not promote this movie enough. I think on YouTube, if you don't use the right cast or the cast that a lot of people like on YouTube, you're not going to get the numbers or the views that your movies would have gotten. This story or this movie is really good. I love the story. I really love the story. The message of this movie obviously is that if you are dating someone, try as much as possible to know their genotype before you dip. This movie, the way it was written or the way the story was written, you wouldn't know that it has been told before. But if you look at it with a different eye, you know that the story has been told before, but it was written in a very different light, and lesson message is in there as well. Another thing I love about this movie is Blossom Chukwejekwu. He acted the character called Barry in this movie. I love his character. Though he was the boss, he was the director of the company that Chantel went to apply in, and he acted as the calm, collected, rich personnel in this movie. I love his character so much. He was calm. I love the way he carried himself in this character. He was not all over the place. I love the way he acted in this movie. And I love that Eddie Watson used him in this movie. I really see Blossom in YouTube movies. See, when you're not getting that Netflix or Prime Video contract, when you are given a YouTube contract, take it. The economy is hard, so everywhere you can see food and chop, you chop. Just make sure that the food you are eating is good. So I love his character in this movie. Then also Wats. Wats also, her performance in this movie was okay. How this movie was, it was really okay. So I love that as well. And I love the fact that Wats is also getting a lot of roles when it comes to YouTube movies, and I think she's building momentum, building her own CV when it comes to movie roles or movie characters as well. She's not the best of best when it comes to acting, but she has improved over time. That's what I think, and I think this movie is one of those performances, and she's doing super well. So I love her character as well in this movie. The writing and performances of characters in this movie, I think it was super okay. The storyline is what holds this movie together for me, and the acting was just okay as well. Another thing I will talk about that I like is the location. You already know when it comes to office locations of YouTube movies, I always talk about it. From how Chantel went to the interview to her own personal office, aside from her boss office, then also Olivia's office and other secretary or other staff that were there. I saw their cubicles and everything. That was so good. It means that It was an actual office. Obviously, Barry, who played by Blossom, is the owner of the company, and the company is big. So, I mean, per what they were trying to tell us, you could see that it was an actual office, a big one at that. And I think I love the location when it comes to that. And also cinematography, the brightness of this movie was so good. I love it. Talking about location again, I love the location of Barry's apartment. His apartment was so good. You know, it speaks Igbo apartment, Igbo man house, which was good, a rich man house. It was really good. Nice. I've not seen this apartment before. Nah, I don't think I have. Then also Shantae's boyfriend, that's Damien, played by Jerry. This guy was on a reality show called Ultimate Love. I don't know if you guys know it, but yeah, he was an actor before going into that show. But yes, he has acted a couple of movies on YouTube, but he's really not popular like that. So seeing him here was okay. He acted, you know, the boyfriend of Chantel in this movie. That's per Wats character. His apartment, that's the location for his house, was also nice. I love it. I've not seen it before. It looks different. So kudos to Eddie Watson for this location. Lastly but not the least thing that I really want to talk about is also the time used in this movie. Oh, thank you, Eddie Watson. This movie is not 2 hours long. Precise to the point. The story is different. The actors came on point. The time was used wisely. It's not 2 hours. It's not 1 hour 15 minutes. So that should tell you that this movie is worth your time. A good movie will be a good movie no matter the time you use in extending the storytelling or extending the time you are using in telling us what you want to tell us in the movie. This was good and the time used was good. The last one I want to talk about that I like was Damien's mother's character. That woman acted so well. The way she was against them getting married because of their genotype. Obviously, you don't have to bring in forth children that will come to this earth and suffer because you love each other. She was against them getting married because their genotype did not match. And her energy she put in that character, making sure that not on her watch would AS and AS get married in her house. Those are the things I love about this movie. Moving on to what I do not like about this movie. Start with Olivia's character. I don't know what she was acting in this movie. Her character was just irritating for me in this movie. She was actually going crazy in her character. I'm like, why is she over-exaggerating her character like this? I was like, is this what the director really wants from her, or she's overdoing it and they think, okay, well, that's okay, since you're overdoing it, we'll take it like that. No, her character was so irritating. The way she was acting towards Barry in this movie, I was like, no. Waiting happen. Why is she doing this? Why is she so violent? Why is she... No, I didn't enjoy her character. That's why I didn't even talk about her when I said the things I like. I think she was just over-exaggerating her interpretation of her character, and I did not enjoy it one bit. It was just all over the place and all over the top and out of character. No. I didn't enjoy her character at all. The thing I didn't like about this movie was Chantel and Damien's relationship. When they were dating, Damien's mother knew that they were dating. Didn't Damien's mother know that these two, their genotype didn't match? So Damien's mother didn't know their genotype all this one until marriage was on the table. Hello, why did she stop them, before? Like, it's a little bit confusing for me. I mean, if you are seriously dating all these years, definitely your mother knows that you are dating. Is it not you come to get married before genotype conversation is coming in for your mother? According to the couple, they already discussed how they were going to solve that. I also didn't like Damien's character at all. Why? Because he was underperforming. It was as if he didn't want to be here. He was too laid back. I don't know if it's from the director or from him or the character he was interpreting. They gave this impression that Chantel and Damien love each other so much. In fact, they went on to find solution to their genotype problem. So there was no scene, there was nothing given that he was even trying to fight for the relationship. He didn't even fight. There was no point that he fought for the relationship. Not even one scene saved. So I'm like, no, at least fight for the relationship a bit until you see eye to eye with your mother, which will make sense. They just left everything in the hands of Chantel. Chantel was the one trying to fight for the relationship, which could have made it more easier and more believable because it was Damien's mother that was fighting the relationship. So it would have been Damien who would have fought for the relationship to stay until he realizes and said, okay, well, you know what? Whatever my mother is saying, she's right. I think we just can't marry. But he didn't fight for the relationship. He didn't do anything, nada. Everything was just left in the hands of Chantel, which I did not understand and I did not like. Next thing I want to talk about, which I did not like about this movie, was the costume in this movie. The costume in this movie was so disappointing. The office wear was disappointing, except Blossom, Chukwejekwu, and Pearl Wats. Their costume was okay. Every other person costume in this movie, I don't know, something was just off. It was not exciting to see their costume. Whatever they were wearing in this movie was just, for me, I wasn't really impressed with them. But that notwithstanding, it's a good movie, and on that note, I'll give this movie a 5/10. I would definitely recommend you watch this movie. You will enjoy it. Please go and watch it. It's on a Divorcing's YouTube channel. You will definitely enjoy it. If you are new to my channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I do movie reviews, Nollywood movie reviews. Obviously, I talk about these movies on how I enjoy or on how I see this movie. They are my take, they are my personal reviews, not professional ones. How I feel about this movie is how I review them. So guys, thank you so much once again for watching and passing by my channel and by my videos. I really do appreciate it. Subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and if you have movie recommendations, please leave them in the comment sections, and I'll see you all in my next movie review.